Hey guys, what's up? This is Inorbit. Hey guys, what's up? This is Inorbit97, and we're going to be doing something called Ask FM Roulette. Because I'm too lonely and don't have anyone to ask me questions, like on Twitter or anything like that. We're going to play Ask FM Roulette. Some of these answers may be true, maybe not, I don't know. But whatever we get as a question, we have to answer it truthfully. So, without further ado... Alright, so without further ado, let's dive right in. So one of the rules is if it's too long a question, like sometimes you get these really deep questions. If it's one of those, then we'll skip that, because for the purpose of keeping you guys not dead from me having to explain. And also, I have to answer these as truthfully as possible, no matter how awkward. That's one of the things about the video. So, first of all, let's go ahead and click that Get Random Question one. It's like playing some kind of gambling game, because you're never sure what you're going to get afterwards. So, Get Random Question. What is the last thing you said to someone? Well, I don't think... Alright, so I don't think that YouTube counts, because, you know, but whatever. So the last thing I said to someone in person was goodbye, because today my nan has decided to go to America and abandon us here for a while, so this is going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit tiresome. Next one. What have you learned from your past? Well, I would say that one of the things that I've tried to learn from the past, definitely listen to other people when they tell you not to do something, because generally they're not telling you to do something for a reason. Like, they're not saying it just to bore the fuck out of you when you're at home or something like that. They genuinely are trying to help you. I mean, I remember once, I think this was the day that I learned it, but I remember one time I was skateboarding at home, and there's like a kind of like massive hill going down the road, and I decided to do that on a skateboard, you know, because why not? The road wasn't that smooth, so it wasn't a good idea to start with, but you know, about like 12-year-old, 11-year-old me, I didn't really have a care in the world. So I went on the hill, and all of a sudden Mum came out of the corner saying, no, don't do this, no, bad. You know, I said to her, okay, alright, I won't do it. And she went back inside, and of course I did it. And the next thing I remember is waking up in a hospital bed with Mum saying something that rhymed with, I bowled you so. So, yeah, that that definitely helped make me learn to actually listen to my elders, or peers at least. So next question. What was your first paid job? Now, over here in Cyprus, there is a legal limit about how old you can work, but obviously I think it's the same for most countries as well. If you accept a little lower pay, then of course you can work as an underage person. So I remember the first paid job that I had, and it was only about the equivalent of maybe £15 a week, so it's about 50 lira here, was when my stepfather worked at a golf club called the Corinium as a barman, and every now and then I'd go up there and help out, mainly because apparently I looked cute. Don't know how that works, but apparently I looked cute, so it was good for the customer morale and stuff like that. So yeah, that was my first paid job. That was actually the best thing to put on a resume, but you know, whatever, it works. Alright, the next question. Which word do you want everyone to stop using? I would say... Because, the swear words, okay, sometimes you can make them funny. You know, you can make fun of people using them. You don't have to, like, swear at someone and make it rude. You can just swear and make it funny. But one word that I would want everyone to stop using... There's different ways you can combine words, so I mean, the only one that I can think of on its own would be... Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened. I think my camera froze there. So yeah, the word that I would want people to stop using is n. God, this thing's really annoying. It keeps stopping us. So yeah, that's the word that I would want everyone to stop using. Alright, next question. And what is the best thing that has ever happened to you? So, I'm not going to class this into people. I'm going to class this into an actual event, because I can easily think of one off the top of my head for a person, but best thing that has happened to me so far, or it was at the time, but I'm starting to rethink my choices, was getting accepted to the flight school that I'm in, because I'm a student pilot now. Anyway, let's move on. Get a random question. Do you play an instrument which? Now, this is an interesting one, because I actually asked my parents about it the other day. So when I was about 12 or 13, I had a good friend called John, and he lives in Australia now. But he used to go to the same school as me, and he was a really, really good guitar player. So he taught me a couple of things on the guitar, and then I started learning my own combinations, but I didn't learn it for that long, because the guitar that I had at home was really bad, you know, the strings were broken and stuff like that. So I reckon if I had a guitar, I would probably be able to be pretty good at it, because, you know, I learned that being modest, so yeah. Next question. How do you decide what movie to watch? Well, if it was with, like, I don't know, like my girlfriend or something, we would generally pick whatever we fancied, or we'd have like a list of movies and then we'd pick from that. After we've had about 2 hours of, no, are you sure you want to watch this, or which one would you like to watch, we eventually settle on one. And yeah, that's how it's done, really. Alright, the next question. Okay, are you usually late, early, or right on time? Well, generally, I am early, ridiculously. I mean, for example, because me and my brother goes to the same group of schools that I do, because the flight school here is sponsored by someone called the Guiana American University. He goes to the American college, and his lessons for the day start at 8 o'clock. Mine starts at 9. But the problem is that the parking there is so brilliantly thought out. We have to get there like an hour or so, maybe 30 minutes early to even get into a spot that we can actually get out of within the next like 10 years. If I went out with my girlfriend, then I would be there about maybe 30 minutes early, you know, just to be sure. Because I don't like keeping people waiting. I feel kind of guilty about it. So yeah. Alright, next one. Get a random question. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Now, generally people choose the, you know, like the time travel or the flying or something like that, but I think that's kind of lame. I mean, sure, they're always the common ones because they're like apparently the best ones, but I don't want something different, you know, something that makes you stand out. So what I would have would be eyes that cook for you. Now, there's a reason behind this, because let me give you a bit of backstory to it. So basically, my family went to America for a little while, and I was cooking a pot of beans, and the gas ran out. I tried to find another bottle, but I couldn't. And bearing in mind, this was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, so I couldn't just pop to the shop, get another bottle, and then calmly walk back. And I thought one of the best ideas that I could come up with would be to use a lighter. Now, I mean, when I say lighter, I don't mean like one of those ultra-powerful ones. I mean something like this. I stood for about 5 minutes with the lighter under it, kind of doing, and hoping that it would cook it. And actually, it worked out pretty well. It did actually cook. So, score 1 to me, beans 0. Alright, so we've done a few questions. I'm going to round this up on the last question now. So here we go. Here's the last one. If you owned a luxury yacht, what would you name it? That's actually kind of that's actually something someone else would ask, would be, if we had a boat, what would you name it? But if I had a luxury yacht, what would I name it? So, I mean, there's one story where a guy named his boat after one of his pets rather than his wife, and I don't think his wife was very happy about that, so I'd definitely not name it after a pet. I would probably name it Tenji, you know, a combination of mine and my girlfriend's name, you know, why not? Or something ridiculous, the Floating Fortress. I don't know, it depends how big it is, so Tenji or the Floating Fortress. Really depends, because I'm a pirate at heart, you know, Britain. Even though I've got a Captain America shirt on, that doesn't really work that well. Oh well. That about wraps that up. So that's Ask FM Roulette. Wasn't exactly much, but it was a starter vlog. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Suggest me what you want to do or what you want me to do next. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.